Hi and welcome to Select 10. 2022 is set to be a fantastic year for movies, with some potentially massive blockbusters from every genre. Also, we have taken a look at the biggest upcoming movies for 2022, sharing our thoughts on the movies that you need to put on your watch list. So here are the 10 most anticipated movies of 2022 that you shouldn't miss for the world. On number 10. The Flash.
Whoever you're looking for, it's not me.
Based on the DC Comics character of the same name, Flash is an upcoming superhero film starring Ezra Miller as Barry Allen. In case you hadn't heard, multiverse are going to be all the rage in 2022, and this movie is looking to be DC's contribution to the trend. Although we know very little about the story, which is that the film will be loosely adapted from Flashpoint's storyline from the comics, in which Barry traveled back in time to prevent his mother's murder, for which his father was falsely imprisoned. In the process, he ends up causing a butterfly effect and venturing into alternate dimensions across the multiverse. That's how The Flash will involve at least two returning versions of Batman, played by Ben Affleck and Michael Keaton. After Marvel's No Way Home, fans are eager to watch DC's first multiverse movie, which is scheduled to be released on November 4, 2022. On number 9. Top Gun: Maverick. It is an upcoming action film directed by Joseph Kosinski. It is the sequel to 1986 movie Top Gun, starring Tom Cruise and Jennifer Connelly in lead roles. The story will be set 30 years after the events of the first film and will follow Maverick, who is now a flight instructor, teaching the next generation of young pilots for a specialized mission. But when he unexpectedly meets with the son of his late friend, he faces an uncertain future and forced to confront his own deepest fears that threatens his mission, which demands the ultimate sacrifice. Whether this new film will be as good as the first film remains to be seen, but there's sure to be plenty of nostalgia to be enjoyed for longtime fans of this film. And the movie is set to be released on 27 May 2022. On number 8. Lightyear.
To infinity
And
The Toy Story franchise has come to an end, but there is still more fun to be had with these characters. Lightyear is an upcoming animated, sci-fi action-adventure film which tells the origin story of Buzz Lightyear, a hero, how he became so famous that they turned him into a toy. The film will explore how a young test pilot became the space ranger that we all know him to be today. Fresh off his stint as the MCU's Captain America, Chris Evans will lend his voice to the real Buzz Lightyear. Overall, the movie will showcase Lightyear's origin and his adventures to infinity and beyond. And the movie is set to be released on 17 June 2022. On number 7. Black Adam. Based on the DC Comics character of the same name, it is an upcoming superhero film which stars Dwayne Johnson in the lead role. This movie is intended to be a spin-off from Shazam and will tell the origin story of Black Adam. Also, it is the 11th film in the DC Extended Universe. The story follows a powerful anti-hero, Black Adam, an ancient champion filled with the power of Shazam, who became corrupted in ancient times before returning to our modern world. The film will also bring the legendary Justice Society of America to the big screen for the first time, with Pierce Brosnan as Dr. Fate. And the movie is scheduled to be released on 29 July 2022. Number 6. Fantastic Beasts: The Secrets of Dumbledore. It is an upcoming fantasy film directed by David Yates. It is the sequel to Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald and the third installment in the Fantastic Beasts film series. The film is set in the 1930s, after the events of the Crimes of Grindelwald, as Newt and his companions continue to pursue the evil wizard as he tries to seize the control of the wizarding world. With Grindelwald's power rapidly growing, Albus Dumbledore assigns Newt Scamander and his friends on a mission that will lead to a clash with Grindelwald's army and will lead Dumbledore to consider how long he will stay on the sidelines in the approaching war. So get ready to see this mind-blowing magical fantasy movie, scheduled to release on 8 April 2022. Number 5. Jurassic World: Dominion. It is an upcoming science fiction adventure film directed by Colin Trevorrow. It is the sequel to Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom and the 6th installment in the Jurassic Park franchise. The film is set 4 years after the events of Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, in which genetically engineered dinosaurs were auctioned to companies around the world, while others were released on the US mainland. The story takes place around the world and represent humans living with dinosaurs. The big news here is that original Jurassic Park stars Sam Neill, Laura Dern will reprise their characters and join the series regulars Chris Pratt and Bryce Dallas Howard. And the movie is set to release on 10th June 2022. Number 4. Thor: Love and Thunder. Directed by Taika Waititi, it is an upcoming superhero film based on the Marvel Comics character, Thor. The story will be set after Avengers Endgame, and according to the director, the film will adapt the story from Mighty Thor comic book, which sees Portman's character, Jane Foster, take on the mantle and powers of Thor while suffering from cancer. The movie also features Christian Bale as Gore the God Butcher, along with returning cast Valkyrie and Lady Sif. And you can also expect appearances from the characters of the Guardians of the Galaxy. Overall, with director's signature sense of humor and a killer soundtrack, no doubt, this one is bound to be another blockbuster from Marvel. And this movie is set to release on 8 July 2022. Number 3. Avatar 2. Remember this movie? Well, yes, it is a James Cameron movie about the blue guys that smashed box office records years ago and became highest-grossing film of all time. After James Cameron promised several sequels to this movie, in 2022, we'll finally get the first one. Despite all the years that passed, details are still somewhat scarce, but hear what we know so far. The story will follow Jake Sully and Neytiri as they explore the different regions of Pandora alongside. Now they have formed a family and are doing anything to stay together. However, when an old threat returns to finish what they started, Jake, Neytiri and the army of the Na'vi race have to protect their planet. While expectations is sky high, it will be worth seeing if Cameron can capture the same level of intrigue he did in the pre-MCU world. And the movie is set to release on 16 December 2022. Number 2. The Batman.
Friend of yours? I'm not so sure.
It is an upcoming superhero film based on the DC Comics character, Batman. Directed by Matt Reeves, this film is set to reboot the Batman film franchise with its new lead stars, Robert Pattinson as Bruce Wayne and Zoe Kravitz as Catwoman. The story will be set in his second year of fighting crime, where the Batman pursues the infamous Riddler, a serial killer who targets the elite Gotham City citizens. During the investigation, he uncovers a dark conspiracy and corruption connected to his own family, forcing him to make dangerous allies to catch the Riddler and bring the corrupted ones to justice. According to the director, this film would question the nature of heroism, as Batman is more flawed than traditional superheroes and unable to control himself while seeking to work out his rage and inflict his kind of justice. And the movie is scheduled for release on March 4, 2022. Number 1. Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness.
It's what?
What do you know about the multiverse?
Believe me, anticipation will be sky high for this movie. This Marvel film is a sequel to Doctor Strange, and it is the 28th film in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. The story will be set after the events of WandaVision, Loki, and Spider-Man: No Way Home, where Doctor Strange casts a forbidden spell that opens the door to the mysterious madness called the multiverse. Now, to restore a world where everything is changing, Strange seeks help from his ally, Wong, the Sorcerer Supreme, and the Avengers' most powerful Scarlet Witch, Wanda. But a terrible threat looms over humanity, and the entire universe surprisingly looks exactly like Doctor Strange. The movie is directed by Sam Raimi, and judging from the first teaser, it's going to be a wild ride. And the movie is set to release on 6 May 2022. That's it for today. Thank you for watching this video. And do subscribe my channel to see more videos related to web series and movies suggestions.